In the morning, one angry pagan, shadowy Toya. Two things I want to fucking have a go about today. One is this consistent bullshit of if Labour says something that contradicts certain facts or what people think are certain facts, then Labour are untrustworthy. You can't trust Labour. You can't trust Labour. But the Tories do the same shit on the same programmes and they don't get pulled up for the same fucking reason. Yeah, Tories and Labour are so similar. It's really pissing me off that the equivalencies between Labour and the Tories are being pushed by people from both the right and further left. Now, why cannot the left see the value in compromise? It's not perfect, no, but that's the nature of a fucking compromise. Historically speaking, unless a revolution happens, which I do not advocate for, socialists only usually get their policies in successfully by engaging in electoralism and alongside electoralism trying to pressure the parties from outside and inside the and inside to push socialist policies. Now all I'm fucking hearing is no. I want this. I don't care about compromise. I want my ideals to be seen within the Labour Party, and because the Labour Party aren't showing those ideals, they can go fuck themselves. Labour Party are just capitalist. We live in a capitalist system. Reform is the best we are going to be able to manage within our lifetimes. The best we can do is set up to make it easier to transition to a socialist society for the people in the future. The problem is there are so many on the left that seem to think we can push for socialism now. This is ridiculous. Unless you are looking to have a revolution, a violent revolution, it's not going to happen. It just won't happen. That's the reality of the situation. My ideals would be that I want all of public services under nationalisation, all of them. I want to see in employment less power for the employer going forward. I want to see no power for the employer. I want to see it being equal in the workplace. Do you know how likely that's going to be able to happen widespread across the country? 2%. That's how likely. I guess. Just going off historical precedent in this part of the world. You know, getting any leftist policies is a win. But it seems like the obsession here is we need to treat the system, the first past post system, as if it's already PR. Apparently, that's how we're going to beat the first past post system. Okay. Now, that's called vote splitting. And the left has been guilty of it for decades. It's not just a new thing that that centrists and practical socialists have been talking about for a long time. It's not just something that's happening now, like on, with the Labour supporters and whatnot complaining at Captain Vote Splitter and others. This has been happening on the left for fucking decades. We hurt ourselves because we can't help but argue within ourselves. We can't unite. We can't present a united front. It is a flaw within the left. You can argue with me all you fucking like. This is historical fact. Your opinion doesn't fucking matter to me. Historical fact is that the left divides itself with help from right-wing media, especially these days. The Labour Party are not perfect, but in a democracy, especially the flawed democracy we have right now, Labour is the best choice for progressive policy. And those who will argue against that are arguing on the basis of their opinions only, not the actual facts. Now, I will get arguments chucked at me of, but Liz Kendall, but they're not going to scrap the two child benefit cap. No, it doesn't seem like they are at the moment. And yes, Liz Kendall is the Shadow Minister DWP. She is a fucking cunt. But again, I will reiterate what I said not a minute and a half ago. Labour Party aren't fucking perfect. None of the parties are. Not even the Greens. Not even, for you Scots, the SNP. In a democracy, your party will not 100% represent your views. Not unless you are just 100% beholden to your party. Practicality over idealism, people. Now, the second thing I wanted to have a go about was the UK military. Not the UK military itself, but why it's so bad. Why it's in such a fucking state. I just watched another video on the two aircraft, super aircraft carriers that we've got. Yeah, HMS Queen Elizabeth and Princess of Wales. Right. Oh my fucking gods. The government's plans for these were ridiculous. They aren't nuclear powered. We decided to be all Brexiteer and we wanted fucking Rolls-Royce engines in it. So they don't move as fast and their movement is more restricted and less efficient because we decided to use something more old-fashioned. There aren't we have 30 F-35s for our aircraft across the whole of the UK military. We're supposed to have 32 per aircraft. then some for the Navy. Then more for the Air Force. This is ridiculous. And the Tories call themselves they like to call themselves the party of defence. It's shit. Our procurement for the military is shocking. We couldn't even send that on training exercises earlier this year because of breakdowns, because of the inefficiency in the way these ships were made. There's no cannons, like, air cannons to shoot these planes off. We've got to use a ramp because of costs. When Labour come in, they really need to look at procurement for the military. It has to be done. It just has to be done. We are in such a fucking state in this country. And the Tories are just making it worse. And the left is going to make things worse. It's going to continue to make things worse for itself. And I hate that because I'm on the fucking left. Come on, people, wake up. This has been One Angry Pagan Shadow Eater. Blessed us, everyone. I'm pissed off.